David says, he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Okay, let me work my case here for a second. David says, God is not going to not show his strength. He's not going to show his strength when my enemies ain't looking. He's not going to do it. He's not going to show his strength when the enemy is asleep and silent. He's not going to show his strength then. God shows his strength when the devil is watching, so he can take note to understand that this was a God-ordained event. And what he does with the devil is he usually allows him to touch things, touch circumstances, touch opposition, touch places in my life, because the devil is touching it with the understanding that he's breaking me down. He is deceiving me, he's destroying me, he's depleting my strength, he's depleting my energy, he's depleting my refinement, he's depleting my hope, he's depleting my faith. And as he thinks he's depleting everything that God has placed in me, God shows up and says, you did everything that you thought you could do to break them down, and it did not break them from believing on me. Case in point, Job. Job loses everything that he ever had that he identified himself with. The Bible opens up with Job and it says Job was an upright, just man. He was a rich man. Now this is God's understanding and this is God's articulation on Job. Job did not identify himself as an upright and just man. That's God's edict. Job identified himself as a rich man. That's how Job perceived him. The difference between Job and God's opinion or understanding of the circumstance was the outcome. Because had Job only identified himself as being rich when he lost the wealth, he would have surely cursed God and died. But now he held on even when his own opinion was different than what he believed initially. Because now he believes that God must have a purpose and a destiny if I could go through all of what I'm going through and I refuse to curse God. Now here, help me here. Job don't have nothing left to live for. He's lost his children. He's lost his job. He's lost his livelihood. He's lost his good name. He's lost his woman. He's lost everything that was ever valuable to him. Job could have cursed God, and surely he could have found refuge, peace, sanctuary in death. But Job refuses to curse God. Why does Job refuse to curse God? Because Job says the story is not over yet. It ain't over yet. Because by the time we get to the end of the story, I'm going to be sitting at the table with God, and the devil's going to be sitting on the other side of the table serving me because I serve the living God. Because the story is never going to be in his hand. He's not the author. He doesn't have the pen. He can't write the story. He's just playing a role. He's a character. It's God who rewrites the story. The devil can try to make pictures, but he sure can't make no words, because words come from God. He can make some pictures, but he can't write the words. And so what we find here, what we find is that the strength of this particular ark, Moses' mama's ark that she constructs for this baby, out of slime. She makes it with slime, she pitches it, she makes it hollow on the inside. It's manufactured out of faith, and she then places the child in her faith. Oh my Lord, that's a lot of preaching right there. She places the child in her faith. You missed it, let me help you here. The strength of the ark and not the occupant is now about to carry the child to safety. Let me say it again, let me go another way. The strength or the durability of the ark is now stronger than the strength of the person who's in the ark. Are you following me here? The strength of the ark has to be stronger than the person who's in the ark. Okay, what are you saying here? The strength of God has to be stronger than the person who is in God. Because if the strength of my own power is going to qualify me to be in God, I'm going to crumble as soon as a couple of circumstances come. But now I'm not crumbling because my strength is not the strength that is dependent to bring me out of the circumstance in the first place. This is the only reason why the writer could say that no weapon formed against you will be able to prosper, because you don't have to operate in your strength. All you have to do is operate in the power of he who's inside of you. Because if greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world, you're going to be able to overcome everything because of the solidarity of the strength of God's design or structure. Are you following me here? Right there. That's important. I want you to write that one down. Write that down. The strength of the ark is going to preserve the person in the ark. The strength of the presence of the Lord is stronger than the opposition against the presence. The strength of God's presence is stronger than the circumstance against his presence. It's stronger. You're going to outlive it. You're going to endure it. You're going to overcome it. This is important because when we consider this, crocodiles, adders, snakes, disease, pestilence, the water itself, are all real opposition. This is not a fallacy. This is not a fairy tale. This is not me being creative with imagery. This is the reality of the circumstance. These things were against baby Moses. They were against him. They were against him. And I would have considered that the mother placed Moses against obstacles that he could not defeat, laying him at the mercy of the crocodile, laying him at the mercy of the snake, laying him at the mercy of the water. But now when I consider this with the objectivity of the Spirit of God, I said that's impossible, because the structure which was created on the foundation of faith was stronger than in any opposition. Now the opposition is real. A snake is now looking for its meal. A crocodile is looking for its meal. It is not looking for Moses to play with Moses. It's looking for Moses to kill Moses. God literally placed Moses in an environment with stuff that wasn't playing with him. It was trying to kill him. It was trying to devour him. It was trying to make him its next victim. It wasn't there to tolerate him, to appease him, to applaud him. It was there to destroy him. Literally, it had killed. Crocodiles had killed before. They killed things bigger than baby Moses, and they certainly could kill Moses as a baby. They could. They killed grown men. So they have the knowledge base to kill. They have the appetite to kill. They have the reference to kill. They have a strategic strategy to kill. And guess what? Moses is in their environment. He himself is out of his place of comfort. And God places him in an environment where he was not groomed to succeed. But what happened? Moses succeeded. He was able to succeed because Moses was placed in the faith of one woman's belief in her God, and that was enough to move a whole mountain. What are you saying? Thank you for asking. In the New Testament it says that if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, that's just a little small amount of faith. If you have enough belief to believe that the presence of the Lord can change everything in my life, then anything that I'm facing can be moved out of my life. All I have to do is have just a little bit of belief, not a lot of belief, just a little bit of belief that change can come, then change can come. Change can come. Look at somebody, the change is coming, change is coming, change is coming, change is coming, change is coming. The first ark, Noah is instituting, he's constructing this, and it's going to be strong enough to withstand the resistance of the opposition. But now, the deduction that I would make about the first ark is that the first ark was constructed by grown folks. Noah is a grown man, and he has the ability and the craftsmanship to be a great carpenter or constructor after the design of God. So whether Noah could put the nail in there with the hammer or not, God had told him how to do it. He said, I want you to cut the board this many, cut it out like that. I want you to nail it right here. He literally tells Noah how to make the perfect ark. Noah didn't have to know anything. God told him what to do. And Noah was strong enough to be able to do it. Now, if Noah was not strong enough, Noah's got 3